Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Katie, and in today's video I wanted to share with you a sort of like spooky Halloween inspired sort of like little I don't know, I guess it's sort of like a hybrid between sort of like a craft book and an art journal. I'm not quite sure what to call it. Um Before we get into it, I just want to apologise for the lack of footage. I didn't realise when I was filming, I was so into the flow of doing this page. I didn't realise that my camera had actually run out of battery and shut off. So that's why this video is really short. And if you can hear any noises in the background, it's because it is super duper windy here in the UK while I am doing this voiceover. But today's the only chance I've got to do it. So what can you do? Um, so yeah, my inspiration for making this little book in the first place actually came from a lot of the projects that Tim Holtz shares over on his channel. And there's also another channel called Plays Well with Paper. I will link both of those channels down below, and I'm sure everyone knows who those creators are because they're amazing and they've been doing it for a really long time. But yeah, I thought, let's just make something cool to put on my bookshelf. was kind of the sort of seed and germination of that idea, really. So on this page, I've decided to do a Edgar Allan Poe themed page because I really, really enjoy his poems and stories, and I just wanted to do an Edgar Allan Poe spooky dooky page. So you will see when I'm making this page that I'm sort of quite hesitant about what I'm doing. And I often find that with, oh, here comes the rain. Don't know if you can hear that, but it is absolutely bucketing down outside, which is probably the best aesthetic for this kind of video. Spooky weather, spooky video. Anyway, I'm getting off of what I was going to say. So yeah, you can see I'm being sort of like quite hesitant. And I often find I'm like that when I'm with collage. When I'm painting, I tend to just go for it because you can always cover up with more paint. With collage, I tend to be a bit more hesitant. And I think maybe, although I do use a lot of collage in my work, I don't do like just collage stuff very often. So that might be a reason behind it. So I'll talk a little bit about what I created during the footage that you didn't see, unfortunately, in this video. I did take a lot of pictures though, so you do see sort of more in depth of what I do in those photos. Excuse me. But basically, what I did that you don't see is that I add some layers of watercolor to the background. I used Payne's grey and an orange watercolor and a few splatters of gold just to kind of try and tie it all together. And then I decided to add a few like 3D elements. I've got a big bag of, those cheapy like plastic spiders that you put on like the table, like a kid's Halloween party or something, or like as used as like party favors. I've got a big bag of those, and I decided, so they looked a bit more sort of like weathered looking and in keeping with the page. I basically just splattered some orange and Payne's grey and gold acrylic over them and hot glued them onto the page. And that was pretty much. Oh, and I think I used a little like wooden spider web as well, and that's pretty much it. Everything else you see in the video. So I hope this has inspired you to create something for the spooky season. If you're not into spooky stuff, you can always do this in a more autumnal feel and focus more on nature and leaves, and maybe instead of using like the little plastic decorations that I used, perhaps you could use like leaves and twigs and stuff that you find on a nature walk. That would be really cool. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. And I hope to see you next time. Bye.